Hey, good afternoon. My name is Wes Taylor, and today we're going to be introducing stuff, right, things, tack, to our Mustang Winter, and getting her used to having things, one, brought to her and then being placed on her. So we're going to go over a lot of her triggers of sight, sound, and touch. But we want to get her prepared so that she can so that she can be ready, one, to be saddled. So we're gonna do this with our pack gear today. So first thing I want to do is get her comfortable with a saddle pad, meaning bringing that in. So what I want to do with her first is bring this up here and see if I can get some curiosity. I can tell already we've got a fair amount of caution. And I'm just going to hang out and see if she'll get curious. And a lot of times it can be really hard, one, for these Mustangs for sure, but any other domestic horses as well, to establish and start to build that curiosity. So she's not really being curious. So I'm just going to set this down, and then I'm going to back out, and that'll allow her to be curious. Now what I want her to do is one, just touch that. I want her to be comfortable with the touch. So there she's licking and chewing. That's part of this neurochemical reset that I'm looking for, because at first, right, she was up and cautious, one, because I was in there, and now I left the thing in there, I left the stuff, and let her be somewhat curious about it, and then I come out. So let's go back in. I'm just going to pick up my thing again, kind of liven it up and stand here, and I want her to engage. I want her to touch, and she's backing up, so I can kind of tell already it's not likely that she's going to engage with that. So if I just leave it here and get out of the way, she'll feel more comfortable in being curious. I want her to touch that, so if I can start putting little bits of pressure on her, and then, when she puts her head down and goes to be more curious, I can take that pressure away. I'm just trying to talk her into doing that right there, going down and touch that with those vibrissae, the whiskers on her face. Those vibrissae are how horses feel things. And so I want to give her the opportunity to feel, this saddle pad. All right, she touched it. She didn't get to there. Maybe I can kind of get her back into it here. But I'm just using little bumps of pressure to get her to re-engage. Good. There's licking and chewing number 2. And that's ultimately what I want to have happen right there is get this neurochemical reset. So this licking and chewing, if you follow me and if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I talk a lot about that. It's a dopamine and a serotonin release. And that's what helps her be calm and confident. All right, we're going to come back in here again, pick up the thing, the stuff, and now I'm noticing already she's not going backwards like she did the other 2 times. Oh, there it is. I spoke too soon. Not too big a deal though. So, can I maybe move around right here and try to instigate some curiosity from her? Doesn't really feel like it, so I'm just going to set that down again, get out, and let her start building some confidence. But notice how when I'm in there with her, it's too much, right? It's too much stimulus. So me coming out kind of gives her mental permission, to be curious and to investigate. And curiosity builds confidence. So the more I can set up and trigger this curiosity, the more confident she can get. All right, so she kind of checked that out. I'm going to pick this up again, and now I just want to see, can I bring it in here? Will she get curious? And if not, I'm just going to see if I can touch her shoulder. As touching her shoulder will give me a good read on, how cautious she is about this. See, she heard me say touch her shoulder, and she's like, I'm backing up, man. I don't want that happening. Oh, girl. So I'm just going to come in and touch this shoulder. Little bit of a twitch. Not much, but I'm going to give her another little reset. come out, see if she'll get curious about that again. Looks like not, so we're gonna kind of come in and turn it up a little bit. She's kind of just like tolerating, you know. So I'm gonna bring this in, and now what can I do with this here? Can I? Ooh, there, she almost went back. She didn't. Let's get out. See if we can get her to get some more curiosity going. So as long as I can get them to put their head down, you know, in between kind of everything that I'm bringing into them, and get this curiosity engaged and get them going, that's how I want to just keep progressing. So I'm going to wait till she's done chewing on my saddle pad there. But I like that she's got some curiosity about it. You know, she's wanting to feel it. She's wanting to, you know, what happens if she bites it? What happens if she moves it around? You know, she's just kind of checking things out, kind of playing in a way, you know, being curious, exploring, much like, you know, new babies of all mammals do. You know, they want to touch and play with everything. So now I want to just see, you know, can I come in and, you know, do I get any curiosity? I definitely got her attention, but I don't have any curiosity. Let's check that shoulder. Little muscle fire right there. I'm just going to kind of bump some of this energy around right here. I like that she's not moving. And then I'm just going to get out and let that curiosity do its job. Let's ramp it up a little bit here and just kind of see what happens when we, you know, slide that up on there and just let it sit there. And then I get back out. You know, can she lower her head? Can she re-engage with relaxing, or does she stay stuck? You know, she's stuck in kind of caution mode. Right now she's stuck in caution mode, right? Because the other times, every time I would come out of her space, she would put her head down. So that saddle blanket being on there is just definitely causing her enough stress and worry that she's going to stay on guard, right? She's kind of, what's next? What's going to happen now? I am not going to relax because I am not safe. I am not comfortable. So let's help her out here. See, I mean, she's already tight. She's kind of, she's feeling like she's going to move. Let's take this. We'll bump that energy a little bit and then put it back down and see if she can put her head down. Nice. See, now she can, because there's not any perceived threat. You know, it's not on her. But that's what I want to get. I want to get to where she is comfortable with something on her. Kind of, ooh, there's licking and chewing. She was kind of like down, like contemplating, just being quiet, being in that space, like, what the hell's going on here? I love that we got that licking and chewing. That's just kind of a good, that neurochemical reset. So now bump her with little bits of pressure. Like if I start coming in, I get her attention and I release. Can I get her to lower her head? Can I get her to let her guard down? I mean, that's ultimately what I want to do with stuff, right? And getting her comfortable with things being on her. I don't need to get her used to the saddle pad or the saddle or the pack bags or the ropes or the bags. I just got to get her used to stuff, just used to things being on her. So see how we're getting her head a little bit lower? Each time I walk in, a little bump of pressure, I get her attention, I release. You know, I want her head to just start settling back. Can she get her head back down? All right, she's kind of done touching everything. Let's come on in here and what do you say? Touch the shoulder. Little muscle twitch, not too bad. Put the thing on, and you know, I'd be surprised if she puts her head down. But let's give her a moment here to just see what happens. So, you know, I'm keeping her attention on me, but, you know, she's not just dropping her head going for that instant relief. You know, she's not trying to let the tension go. She's still guarded. Like, what the hell is that thing on me? When's it gonna get me? You know, she's just kind of waiting. So let's help her out. Good girl. Yeah, you're trying. You're trying hard. See, just when I touch her, you know, she's a little sparky. That's not good. It's because she's on edge, right? She's on that guard. She's waiting for the scary thing to happen. So now we'll take that pressure away, let her totally down-regulate. And what this is going to do ultimately over time, you know, we've been setting up and doing stuff like this all the way through her training, but we want to get her to where her natural response is going to be to self-regulate. So when something is put on her, when she can put her head down on her own with the stuff on her, that would be, you know, more self-regulation. That would be her regulating her own system.